Causing quite a stir that is. Can disease spread like wildfire and wipe out population? The Centers for Disease Control is responding to concerns that this movie is bringing up. Dr. Martin Cetron is the Director of Global Migration and Quarantine. Sir, thank you for joining us today. So let's talk about this movie and what kind of questions it's risen at the CDC and for people calling the CDC probably.
Well, I mean, one of the questions that people ask a lot is this real and could this happen? And, you know, to emphasize, this is a Hollywood movie. It is not a documentary. That being said, I think the producers took great pains to try to get the science and the facts right in the way that CDC and the World Health Organization and local public health would work together to respond to a major epidemic. And from that perspective, not only could it happen, but we need to be prepared in advance for events like this and not try to wing them as they come along.
Okay, so that being said, one, the CDC obviously knows something could happen like this. We're not saying it will, but so to be prepared, what can we do at home and what should we know you will be doing?
Well, first of all, one of the things that you should know is that 24/7, day in and day out, CDC as well as local public health and the international public health communities are working to monitor new threats as they emerge, old familiar pathogens and where they might pop up, and responding. So in the last 2 years, for example, on 750 different occasions, CDC has deployed Epidemic Intelligence Service officers in support of state and local public health to track threats as they come, understand them early, detect them early, and develop prevention and strategies to make recommendations for people to stay healthy. And that goes on in the backdrop and to some extent prevents these things from escalating to this scale. So in some ways that prevention is silent. On the other hand, there's many things that individuals can do. And in this globalized world with high speed and high volume international travel and the tight interrelationship between human health and animal health, individuals, the best thing that they can do is to stay well informed and be prepared. Both on a personal basis, wash your hands, stay home if you're sick, avoid contact with sick folks. If something unusual is going on, either with you or in your community, alert somebody, provide that information, and of course, take advantage of all the prevention, the modern scientific tools that have been developed to keep us healthy, like vaccinations. Make sure you get your flu shot.
Yeah, that's what next. I was going next is vaccinations. They've taken a hit by some people over the last, 5-6 years. People said don't do them, but you're saying do the vaccines if they make sense for you.
Yeah, if they make sense for you, if you're in that target population. I mean, if you look at the course of history over time, the real success stories have come both in hygiene, basic hygiene, sanitation, good hand washing, understanding how to protect ourselves, and through medical countermeasure development like vaccines and antibiotics and antivirals. This is really where we've made tremendous progress in combating infectious disease threats.
Well, Dr. Cetron, I appreciate you spending just a couple minutes with us and calming everyone's fears and giving us some great information. Thanks so much.
Thanks for having me.
And of course, our thanks to the Centers for Disease Control for that satellite time.